let's see. If you want to solve a problem, easiest way is to fold it and fold it again and fold it again. You start with everything. You got the whole universe, and then you just start narrowing it down from there. Okay, here's everything. I don't know everything. Alright, brain's this big, universe is... I can't go that big. I can't go that small. I'm human-sized, limited. So, okay, we'll start with the theoretical universe. And then, okay, we got all the stuff I know, bump, 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 until we get to the Earth, and then you get to, where you live, and then you, and, okay, we got you. Now, who are you? Well, a whole bunch of stuff. For one thing, you occupy a space. I'm sitting here in this chair, in this location. It can be pointed on a map, on a globe that's spinning around like so, and around a sun, and the sun's going around a solar system, and that's going around a local galactic cluster, and whatever. You can study that stuff on your own, it's cool. But we're more than just, the shape of our body. We're also, there's a lot of invisible things that we don't see but feel and experience every day. We're connected to the people around us, to the people we know, the people we talk to, and the people we think about. Whether they're people that are alive, or people that have died, or people that haven't been born yet in fiction or may never be born. We're connected to all of those people and all of those ideas and all of those concepts. They kind of come together in a unique puzzle that makes us who we are. And but we're still more than that. We're not static. Like this video is a series of frames all stuck together to give the illusion of movement. But I wouldn't say we're illusions per se. I mean, what's real, what's an illusion, we could go into that, but I'm not going to just yet. But it seems that we're born at a certain point in time. There's the time, if you believe the timeline thing, it goes boom, and you're born, and you have a timeline, and then you die. Maybe you live forever, maybe you don't. I don't know. I'd like to think so. It'd be kind of cool. I actually do believe we live on, and that I have 1,000 thoughts about that. But maybe we don't, and I won't know the difference, so it doesn't matter. Or maybe I will. But carrying on. So we have a lifespan, and here we are at a certain point. There's a date on a calendar. So at any particular point in time, you're a certain age, you're a certain development, your brain has been working a certain way, you've done a certain amount of things in your life. And you have memories of some things, memories of things you don't have. So they all kind of make up who you are. So what's my whole point? Oh, okay. Nothing cohesive here. If you want to solve a problem, you start from where you are, when you are, who you are. What do you have? Good chance you have 2 hands. That's a good place to start. They got fingers. I happen to have 10. You may have more or less. You may have this. You may have this. You may have that. I don't know. But you have something. Usually you have arms and something at the end of them. A lot of stuff you can do at the end of your arms. You can write stuff. You can write stuff. You can play a musical instrument. You can draw something. You can program. You can punch somebody in the face and stop them from doing something. You can hug somebody if that's your thing. But there's a lot you can do with your hands, driving a car and whatnot. So when you're trying to solve a problem, it's a good place to start. It's not just so much what you can see. I mean, that's kind of obvious. Maybe it's not. But we can see pretty far. And we can get the illusion that we can do more than we can because we can see far, maybe we can do far, and maybe we can, but right now, in this time, in this place, where you are right now, you say you've got a problem you have to solve, here's your hands. So, what can you do at the end of your hands? Start there. It's a good place to start. You could start with your brain, but, you sit there and you think. And the thing is, everything moves very quickly inside of there, but it just keeps going and going and going and going. You can spin your wheels for a long time and not really get any place. So get your hands involved. They're there, they're useful. Make them do something. Get it out of your head, get it on paper somehow, get it on the computer, get on your phone, whatever you happen to have. Make use of it somehow. Get it out of your brain, and so you can see it with your eyes. So it's out of there, it's here. That's the start. That's the first thing about solving problems. One thing that helps about solving problems is, again, cutting them down to size. Start with the universe, move it down, and then you're dealing with something you can manage, with your hands. You might not be able to do everything to solve the problem. You might not be able to even get a plan to follow and stuff like that. But if you can identify something you can do with your hands right now that you believe it'll lead you a little closer to solving a problem, then consider doing it. It's something. Maybe your hands aren't enough. Maybe what you need is in another room. Maybe it's down the street in the city. Well, you've got feet, and you can use your feet, and you can just your whole body walks in place. Make use of your feet. You've got those. Hopefully, you might have a chair. You might have some other form of transportation, but there's probably a way to make your body go from here to someplace else. Make use of that. That's another way to solve problems. These all seem kind of obvious, and we take them for granted, but it's real easy to get stuck inside of your head and trapped there. So it's good to remember these things. Hands, arms, feet, legs, good things to have, good things to know, good things to use. Sometimes it's doing something helps get it out of your head. And talking to somebody too. Don't forget this is a tool. You talk. You get it out of your mouth, blah, and you get it into somebody else's ear. They hear it, and it goes into their brain, and so you go back and forth, mouth to ear, mouth to ear. I was going to say ear to mouth, but that doesn't really happen. But it's somebody's mouth to somebody's ear to somebody's brain, out their mouth, back to your ear, and into your brain, out your mouth, and maybe with all that talking, somebody will actually get out and, choke the bloody crap out of somebody, or, use their feet and do something with it. But you can have action. You can go from talking and listening to some kind of other actions to follow. Can I be any more vague? No. Yes, I can, but I won't. It's about vague enough. So, one thing that helps in solving problems is, again, it's folding them in half. If I want to clean that screen back there, that's not the way to do it. Okay, it's a big screen. Now my hands are a certain size. Okay, it's important to know that you have limitations. You can extend them, you can go past them, but you have limitations. Sorry, your brain may be infinite, all that, if you believe that sort of thing, but your body is not, and your brain is inside of your body, etc. So, if I want to clean that, I get a certain size hand. This is how much I can clean, right here. Okay, see that? That's how much I can clean. Now, I can move it a little more, a little more. Okay, it's big. This is a problem. How do I clean the whole thing? Well, cut it in half. Diagonals are good. Make a triangle. Okay, I have a triangle up here, a triangle over here. Clean that one, clean that one. Okay, great. I got this triangle up here. So what do I do? Well, the triangle's still too big. So another triangle right here. Okay. Oops, I'm starting to make it. And you just keep breaking it down like a pizza pie until you get something that you can manage with your hands. And then you start cleaning each of the triangles until you're done. Because once you've cut something in half, whatever it is, you've basically made a triangle. And a triangle has a skinny piece on top, fat piece in the bottom, unless it's like this type. So you start with the skinny part of the triangle, work your way to the fat. It becomes manageable. You can solve any problem by breaking them up into pieces. I call them eating the triangles, eating the pieces of pizza. So there you go. How to solve any problem. Chop it in half, solve one half, solve the other half, bring them together. If two halves don't do it for you, you can do it in thirds. You can do it in fourths. You can do it in fifths. It doesn't matter how many pieces you chop it up in. You don't even have to do it all yourself. That's another thing. Listening and talking thing. There's other people. If you can have somebody else do the work for you, then by all means, have them do it for you. Be lazy. Sit back and pretend like you don't hear anything until somebody gets frustrated and says, I told you to clean that 1,000 times. If you have to do anything, you have to do it yourself. I'll just do it myself. Okay. Then that person goes and does the thing you don't want to do. They'll look at you bad. They'll think poorly of you. They may even not give you ice cream next time it comes around as a punishment. But it all depends what you want to do. And, ought tos and shoulds, how important are they to you? You have to decide that sort of thing. But I don't think it's necessary to get stressed about stuff. You can accomplish anything you want to. You don't even have to do it yourself. You can have others do it instead of you. That's where imagination is important too. If you can imagine something being accomplished that you can't do yourself, or you don't feel like you can, even just imagining that someday somebody out there will do it for you, or it will be done for humanity, you might have to be satisfied with that. You might have to be satisfied that someday in the future there'll be peace and harmony on Earth, so you don't have to solve it yourself. You can solve other issues that are more manageable for you, etc. So, a lot more I could say, but that's me rambling for 12 minutes and 40 seconds. I'm impressed with myself. If anybody hears this and if it makes any sense to anybody at all, I'll be kind of shocked. But I thought, let's just open my mouth and see what vomit comes out. So, there. One of the results from my studying. Okay.